So thank you all for joining us today. Tamina and I, we know it's been a while actually since we have done a live to the community. And a lot has happened over the last couple of weeks and also not a lot. And so what we did want to do at this point, this has been going on now for, I think, 7, 8 weeks. Lucy mentioned 43 days yesterday. I don't know. It's been going on for a while. And we felt like it was a good time, or we thought that it was a good time to come on to have some updates to the community. And I have some notes here. We've been getting some phone calls about whether or not it's okay to work in the space. And so we wanted to, having those questions, for me personally, I felt like, oh crap, it's really time to get on and, and have some conversation and make sure that everyone has the same information. And we've been seeing a lot of you online, which has been phenomenal. We'd love to see more of you online, just because we just want to make sure that we're all doing okay and staying in the loop. Peggy Lebo, it's great to see you on here. Yeah, I'm excited. Nikki,
hey,
I'm glad you're on here. Nikki, I haven't seen you in a little bit. And Carmen Proctor, it's great to see you too. So I have like system control here where I have like you guys in front and then I have the laptop here. So for those reasons, basically we wanted to say hi. We wanted to check in and see how you guys were doing. We have been getting questions about the space and what's going on and what our plans are. So we knew that it was time for us to come on and share some of that information as we're working it out. And we also wanted to make sure that we had a way of connecting with all of you. So a couple of things. As you all know, the conversations that Tamina and I have been having over the past few weeks has been the conversation of how do we, so here's where we are, right? We're still all sheltered in place. And we, the space, businesses are still closed. The space is open, similar to weekend hours, meaning you can go in, you're welcome to use the space. We insist that you keep the space clean and all of that. And we thought that by now there would be, a date that someone would give us that would let us know exactly what we're doing. And the truth of the matter is that while that would be a fantastic thing, the truth is that it's a virus. And, the powers that be are doing whatever they can do to help us to be safe. And that is first and foremost, the most important priority, is ensuring that we are all in a place where we're safe and where we can also get the work done that we do in order to, bring revenue into our households. And so that has been the conversation for us. What's the best way to find balance between those two things? Keeping everyone safe, keeping everyone working. And so now that we're kind of realizing that this actually is going on for a little bit, and for those of you who have children at home, first of all, I know it's hard. Good job, guys. And I know that throws a bit of a monkey wrench into everything. And what this means is that you're also, in addition to building your business, you now have children at home that you have to homeschool and, entertain and make sure that they're okay. So that was a little long-winded and I apologize for that. So what I want to share with you is the intermediary plan and then the longer term plan that we've come up with. Okay. So Tamina, do you want to share the kind of the intermediary plan, what we're doing for people now?
Yeah. So right now, some of you have keys, but most of you don't, I believe. And we have a lockbox in the front, and you guys know the code already. If you need it, let me know. And it's available basically 24/7 for you to come and get work done. And I have gone in there, I went in there yesterday, and I made sure that all of the desks in the co-working space were a safe distance apart. I actually took out a measuring tape and I measured 6 feet. There's only so much space that we have in there. So you'll see a group of desks in the middle where there should really only be one person sitting there. There should only be one person sitting at any desk. And same thing goes for the conference room as well. So at this point, we're opening up the entire co-working space, including all the meeting rooms for you to work in. So the conference room, in there's desks that are pulled apart, and there's room for a few people to sit in there. There should really only be one person in one of the smaller meeting rooms at any given time. And yeah, in addition to that, we have disinfectant sprays in every single room in Hera Hub, including the meeting rooms, including the bathrooms. Anywhere you go, there should be a little station for cleaning. So we ask that you kind of take responsibility for your actions and also for everyone else who steps into the space, and clean your area before and after you sit down. There's also the mask issue. So I think as of May 1st, everyone's required to wear masks if you're stepping out of your house. So we're going to be abiding by that as well. So if you are moving around the co-working space, going to the restroom, if you're in the kitchen, please wear a mask. What else am I missing, Lisane?
Yeah, so I want to reiterate what Tamina's saying with a little more force, if you don't mind. Here's the deal, right? We're all in this together. We all have to really be mindful of ourselves and of each other. So it's not an ask. What we're saying is that if you go into the space to work, you're agreeing and doing so with our mutual understanding and agreement that you're going to work in your space, that you're going to wear a mask, and that you're going to, for your own sake and for the sake of everyone else, that you're going to just wipe down the table. You know, it's just like when you're at the gym, when they ask to wipe down the equipment, it's the same deal. So the request and expectation is that you will, whether you're ill or not, whether you're symptomatic or not, that you're going to wipe down the table, give the chair a little wipe down would be great too. And, you know, we have disinfectant, just kind of lightly spray it so that we are all taking responsibility and care for our space. We can't wait to get back into the space, and we want every single one of us to get back into the space just as healthy as you are today, if not better. So that's the agreement, you know, and we're going to put it on the door. Just, you know, by coming into the space, you agree that this is what you're going to do. We're still working through what the processes are and how we will, you know, create a way for people to say that they actually are doing that. It could be, you know, just a sheet on each table saying, you know, Lisane worked, you know, I worked here, I cleaned it when, you know, as I left. And again, you know, please forgive us, but it really is, as we all know, you know, in our best interest to do that. We still have Amani coming in every day, 5 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, to clean the space, and she'll continue to do that. But while we're in there, we don't want a day's worth of accumulation to happen, and for there to be any chance of someone contracting something or there being a problem. So I know I'm belaboring the point. I'm doing that intentionally when I ask that you really, really, really honor that for each other. And that includes, you know, the desk that you're working on. You know, if you go into the restroom, make sure that you do, you know, just kind of, you know, do the same thing so that we're all safe and that we're all good. You know, if you're going in the kitchen, we're not doing coffee and all of that, but you're welcome to, you know, tea, coffee, you know, whatever it is that you want. But again, same deal. Make sure things are clean, including the handle on the fridge and all of that, if you're working out of the space. Again, you know, our goal is to provide as much open space as you can possibly get. So spread out. in the space. You know, the conference room, use it. We're not having gatherings, so use it, you know, use whatever, wherever you would like in the open space, the quiet room, the big conference room, you know, to get your work done.
And
Oh,
events?
okay, yes, events. Oh, and before we go to that, really quickly, so we counted out, I think when you get to the space, there are about 19 spaces where people can work now. We're going to ask that no more than 15 people be in the space at any given time. And what we're going to do is there actually is an option in the in Passport, the same in Nexodus, the same system that you're using to do your meeting room bookings. And so we're looking into how to create a way to be able to book time in the space as well, to make sure that, again, we're mindful of how many people are there and that you're coming in at a time where you can feel safe and comfortable knowing that, you know, there aren't more than the number of people that are that the space can safely accommodate. Yeah, so that is what we're doing in the meantime until we better understand what it is that's going on. And we're going to continue the online programming that we currently have. And we're actually talking to some of the other locations to try to offer some additional time slots for co-working. And we're doing that because we know that, you know, the space could be open, but there are people who have children who have to be home, or, you know, so what we're trying to do is accommodate everything. We're trying to accommodate you if you just need to get into the space, while also bearing in mind that people have children, and that may not be appropriate for everyone. And yeah, what else am I missing?
Oh, just one thing that I would love to throw in is if you are in the co-working space, maybe prop the door open so there's some airflow to fresh air coming in and out. Obviously, close the doors when you leave, but I think that would really help a lot. We have the big door, the door in the big co-working space, the door in the hallway. So just prop the doors open and get some airflow. If you adjust the thermostat, make sure that you fix it or turn it off before you leave, and just kind of be conscious of that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other thing is, what else? Okay, longer term planning. We're doing this with an eye to September, to be honest with you. So, you know, no matter when, you know, this shelter in place order gets lifted, we're planning things out through believing that, or in the event that this is going to be going on for a while, we want to make sure that we're up and running when it's safe, and in the safest way possible, because this isn't a, you know, flip the switch kind of thing where it's like, you know, once it gets lifted, everyone kind of goes back to things. So we do want to make sure that we're transitioning in a smooth way, and we want to make sure that and what I mean by September is we want to make sure that those people that have children who maybe can't come into the space still have the same programming that we have of it, that we're providing to you today. A couple of other things. Oh, and about all of that is, you know, we are getting the same updates that all of you are. And as soon as we have more information or different information, we will absolutely make sure that we share that with you. There's a couple of other quick things I did want to mention. Deanna, hey, it's great to see you. Jackie is on. Gwen, hi. Gwen is doing her thing. I know you posted something about having just gotten a new client or something. So good for you. Liz, I see you're on. I hope everything is going great. Melissa, Elaine Swan, it's really great to see you. Yeah, so another couple of things I wanted to mention. One is we were having a happy hour on Fridays at 3. It was happening at the same time as the global community check-in and happy hour. And so what we decided to do is to move that to Wednesday. So we're having our community check-in and happy hour on Wednesdays. Is it at 4?
At 3.
At 3 o'clock. So that either gives you more opportunity to to indulge or to just connect, which is really what it's about. It's just us all connecting. So we've
Yeah,
moved that
no
as of
drinks
this week.
required. You don't
No
have to.
drinking required. Yeah, it really has been, it's been a great way for us to kind of just not be in meeting mode and just say hello and check in and see how we're all doing. And so I encourage you to join that if if you feel so inclined and if it feels good for you to do that. I want to mention one other thing about the space. I don't feel comfortable putting, my preference is that unless there is an absolute reason that we not have children in the space while this is going on. And I say that, a little uncomfortable saying it, but I just, I don't want them to, I just would feel better if we didn't have children in the space right now, given the circumstances. And, I just want to protect them. I want to, protect each other. And my preference would be that we not do that. And while we're sitting at the desks, make sure that you're one person to each cluster of desks. I think we have them just separated. So make sure that there's only one at each desk. And then the last thing I want to talk about, well, let me do this first because I've been yammering. Does anyone have any questions or comments on that? I'm just looking here on the side to see. If you have any questions, specific questions, please go ahead and just put them in the chat and I'll circle back to them. And yeah, while you're thinking about that, a couple of things. One is Lucy hosts a speed networking event on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock. And today, at the end of it, she asked the question of what our ask was of each other. And I thought it's always a great question and really, really a wonderful question given what's happening now. So what I'm going to ask is, when you have a minute, if you have an ask of the community, go ahead and put it into the comments now so that we have it and so that we all know what we need from each other. And the ask can be anything from, I really need a resource that does this, to I really need you to follow me on, some social media plan, or I'm looking for, this kind of resource or help, or I just need someone to talk to. So if you do have an ask, and thank you so much for thinking of that, Lucy, if you have an ask, please just stick it in the comments so that we can support each other. And Lucy, I see that you're here as well. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention while you all are adding your questions, if you have them, the last thing I want to mention is this. So I've had a couple of conversations with people, including some of the folks who are going through the sales challenge, which if you did not participate, you really want to participate in it because they are rocking it. A couple of conversations from people who, given the circumstances, feel a little uncomfortable about doing well under these circumstances, or that things are going okay and that their business is either doing well or doing really, really well. And a couple of people have expressed feeling uncomfortable with that. And I want to address that because I think, there's two things, right? It's either we are doing really, really well and we're celebrating that for each other as an inspiration, or we're forcing ourselves to appear that we're not doing well. And sometimes that can be the perspective is that somehow or another that's more accepted or better. And I just want to mention to you that if you are doing well, it's great inspiration to other people. Share that. Share the fact that you're doing well. Share what you're doing to do well. And let's do that. Let's celebrate each other's wins. No matter what's happening in the world, we can still carve out a space to help those who, can use some lifting, but also to celebrate those who are actually doing okay. It's okay for us to be doing all right. And so I encourage you that if you are doing well, it's great inspiration for people. So, and this is, we're peacocks, right? So stretch your stuff, it's a great thing that you're doing well. We want to hear that. We really do. Okay. So Dana, you missed the first few minutes. Yes, we're going to send an email update and also the a link to this video. I'm not great at editing, but I think maybe we'll figure out how to cut out the first few minutes of my tomfoolery. Nikki, Team Awesome is requesting to continue to keep meeting moving forward as it's been a crucial resource of support. How should we proceed? We can absolutely make that happen. I think so yes.
I think we could just leave the Facebook group as is.
Yeah, okay, so we can do that and you can continue to convene there.
That's awesome.
Kelly Stokes Brown, it's so great to see you on here. Yeah. I miss you also. Wow, nice to see you. Thank you. Gwen Barron, I think that the yes was a confirmation or that you were dittoing Nikki's request. Okay, so if there are no other questions or feedback, again, either doing it now or after we end the live, please do enter your ask into the comments so that we can continue to support each other. Yeah, Tamina, that seemed like a lot of talking. Did I miss anything?
I'm sure we did, but we can always circle back.
Okay.
Yeah, just reach out to us if you have any questions about anything at all or any suggestions. Like, this is all a work in progress and we're doing our best. So just reach out. Don't hesitate.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, we'll check the signage in the space. We'll work on that. Give us a couple of days to get that all tied in. And we'll also update you here on Facebook and we'll send an email out to the community letting you know what we've come up with, and let us know how you're doing and what you need. Okay. So Nikki mentioned that in the sales challenge that there were some members that didn't participate because they felt like they weren't doing well, and she worries about those feelings in our members. I thank you for bringing that up, Nikki. I think while a lot has changed, nothing has changed in terms of our community and in terms of the support that we give each other. And so if there are people in the community who are not doing as well in this environment as they would like to, or who are struggling, again, let us know, let the community know. And it's not just Tamina and I, it's the broader community as well. Like, we want to support each other. That's what we're about. And so if you're, don't isolate and, cocoon and feel badly, because when we get to the other side of this, when we get to the other side of this, our goal is to have you not dig out of a really deep ditch. Like, stay afloat. Do whatever you can to stay afloat. And there are members who are doing it. And so let's, come together as a community so that we all do well. And Nikki, I acknowledge that you said that the language they used that I softened a little bit was, that they feel like a loser during this time. And none of us are losing. This has never happened before. This is uncharted territory. It's impossible to be a loser in this situation and in this scenario. It just isn't possible because we've never done it before. It's like calling a child who's learning how to ride a bike a loser. It doesn't make sense. So let's really get around each other and support each other and make sure that we're all doing okay and we're all seeing, that our mindset is one that is in our best interest. Okay. Alrighty, so if there's nothing else, let's continue to talk in the Catherine. It's really good to see you, and Tammy, it's good to see you. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments, and let's absolutely celebrate each other's wins. We'd love to see more of you on the different events that we have online. There are a lot of you that are participating, and we love that. We'd love to see more of you. We'd love to also know what we can be doing differently, better. We really want to hear what you need because the needs are very, very different right now. We also acknowledge the fact that there's this thing called Zoom fatigue that I didn't even know about until this happened, where by the time I get to Friday, I am completely fried of talking to people on Zoom. Okay, so there we are.
All right.
Okay. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please do keep the conversation going. This is kind of like our way to have a member event where we, talk to each other. Let's use this as an alternative to going around the room, and it'd be great for us. I'd love to see just a thread with all of us sharing something.
All right. See you soon. Habats.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. I think I stopped the live stream.